community. My name is Dr. Ryan Warren, and this is a long overdue video. I've been behind the scenes at the clinic formerly known as Arkansas Physical Health and Rehab, an incredible clinic in the Fayetteville, Johnson, Springdale area. I am the new owner, and I know a lot of people have been having so many questions. What's up with these changes? New therapies, how's this working? Pricing, the doctors, who's here, who's gone, all of that. I want to introduce myself, explain some things that are going on in the clinic to look for, some really exciting things, a little bit about my background, and kind of just an overall synopsis of what's going on in the coming times. I'm very excited about it. I know change can be scary, especially after you've been in a clinic where you've trusted somebody for years and years and years with your care. I know what it's like to be tied to a physician, whatever type 1 that might be, that you get really good results with, and when things change, you can be a little bit apprehensive. Okay? I know a lot of people have been wondering who I am, and I've kind of been behind the scenes. We have some exciting stuff going on in the clinic. The clinic's getting ready to get minorly remodeled, painted, updated. The girls desperately need a new front desk. I'm getting them a new front desk. So all that kind of cool stuff happening in the clinic. I've been behind the scenes handling that, not really taking much of a caseload right now. I'm not going to commit to a patient till I know that I can be there with them throughout their whole care if I take that case and get them the best results possible. So we got some cool updated things to make our clinic look really, really nice. It's a beautiful clinic. We're just going to update some things, make it look nicer, flow a little nicer for patients and staff as well. So we've got some cool physical changes happening. I know a lot of you have noticed the outside of the building and have complimented it, and I really appreciate that. The inside is getting ready to be the most beautiful clinic you've ever walked in. Now, as far as my background, this is nothing new to me. I'm not a fresh guy out of school. I've been treating patients for about 7 to 9 years, if you count the last part of school now. I opened up a clinic in Pinnacle Hills in 2019. Over the next 36 months, that became one of the most sought-after clinics in all of Arkansas. Naturally, a lot of chiropractors wanted to consult with me and have me coach them on how to run a practice where they get results, it's affordable for the patients, and they're a successful businessman or businesswoman. So a year ago, in March, I sold that clinic and went to coaching and consulting full-time. I host seminars in Northwest Arkansas that chiropractors fly from all over the U.S. to attend. The first seminar I put on in my last clinic, that was 1,400 square feet, mind you, was incredibly packed and shoulder to shoulder. So I said, I need a bigger building to do these seminars. And maybe I can find a practice that works and doubles as to where I can host my seminars and still run a very successful practice. Lo and behold, I got in touch with Dr. Masters. He's ready to retire. He's paid his dues and helped a lot of people, and tens of thousands and maybe hundreds of thousands of people over his career, and was ready to be done, and that building had the space that I needed. I'm not a man that thinks that anything happens by chance, so me and him got to talking and came up with a solution for him to retire and for me to take over. And I understand that can be scary, all right? Dr. Masters is fully retired. We didn't really have a timeline on it, but he is done. The patients that saw Dr. Masters, all right, now we'll talk about, that's enough about me, all right? I'll get into a few more things towards the end as far as actual clinical practice, but my background is not anything new. The patients that saw Dr. Masters were very loyal to him, and I understand that and respect that, appreciate that, and love that and admire it. Dr. Chastain will be your go-to guy for all previous Dr. Masters. Dr. Lancaster has moved on to another clinic where he's doing some personal injury and other work. And so we have Chastain, Dr. Dillon, and myself. Dr. Chastain will be your go-to guy. He's mainly my right hand that handles most of those previous cases. He will be able to give you the same level and the same care and attention as Dr. Masters did. And he has done an incredible job so far doing stuff. We have Dr. Dillon, that's part-time, many of you know, who is handling some more of our PI cases, some insurance cases, and some wellness people. He's doing a little bit of everything. He's also incredible and incredibly passionate and understanding and just has a great bedside manner. We have an incredible team of doctors there. So as far as you may have some faces that aren't there and some new faces that are, I wouldn't worry about a thing. the level of care is going to be the exact same. All right? Yes, we've cut a few services out, but if you absolutely need those services, we will find a way for you to be able to do so. So don't worry about that. New services that we've brought in is brand new state-of-the-art decompression therapy tables, also known as Arkansas Physical Health and Rehab, is what was coined disc correction therapy, or DCT. We have now implemented the newest, best tables on the market that we can help solve things like disc bulges and herniations. It is a revolutionary treatment, and I did a lot of it at my last clinic. The other piece of equipment that I've implemented into the clinic is what's known as the stem cell machine, or soft wave tissue regeneration technology. Depending on where you look, it's coined different things. This thing is incredible. It's incredible because it has a patent for peripheral nerve regeneration, permanent new blood supply in the area, tissue regeneration, peripheral nerve elongation. What does all that fancy stuff mean? It means we can get true healing very quickly, affordable, and sometimes instant pain relief. It is absolutely incredible. I know that sounds like a sales thing, but it is so incredible. It healed my shoulder, and I've just seen thousands and thousands of patients avoid surgery and pills and other things that I don't like using that machine. I was the second one in Arkansas to bring it in. Prior to that, it was really just in professional sports and cardiac surgeon's office. So that's why you really haven't heard of it. It's very inexpensive. It's hundreds, not thousands. And it's an incredible thing for extremity type things, wrist, knee. Works very, very well for degenerative knees and arthritis. Extremely well for disc issues in the lumbar spine. We don't use it a whole lot on the neck. Shoulder things, neuropathy in the feet. I mean, people ask, well, can I do this? Can I do that? And the answer is just usually yes. It is absolutely incredible. We have a special for patients to try it out their first time, all right, before we make a recommendation on how many we need to do. But we can get true healing with that. So that's a couple new therapies. As far as layout in the clinic, I know it looks totally different, but it's going to be easier on you. And you now have a little bit more privacy. I like the open bays. I actually used to practice that way myself, but I found that there was a way to get patients in and out so they weren't there for hours, but also have privacy, all right? And that's with the rooms. So we have the doctors adjusting out of rooms now for your privacy and comfortability, but it'll still flow just as fast so you don't have to be there for a long time. Walk-ins is a big thing that people have had questions on as well. You're always welcome to walk in. Of course, if you have an appointment, you will have priority. So as to where if you have an appointment, you may get seen within minutes. A walk-in may have to actually wait. That would be the scenario where you have to wait. So what do we do about that? The best thing to do is just text and get on the schedule. You can now text the office. That is what's incredible. The same number that you call, you can shoot a text. Hey, I'm coming. Can I come at 3? Hey, can I come at 2? Hey, can I move from 2 to 3? You don't really have to pick up the phone and call us that much anymore because we have this incredible texting system. All right? So that's another thing that I wanted to announce. Some other things that are coming are text reminders and email reminders. So if you have an appointment that you set up with us, the day you set it up and a day before and the day of, you'll get a quick text that'll remind you of the appointment. So I'm very excited about that. It helps people keep up with stuff with busy schedules nowadays. All right. I understand myself a little bit more about me. I've got 5 kids, 4 of them are girls, and I'm all over the place all the time. So I forget stuff myself. So texting is something that we're implementing in the clinic as well. You're always welcome to text us. So I would encourage to always make an appointment, even if it's the same day, by just shooting a quick text. Again, you don't have to, all right? But it's something that will get you in and out of the clinic faster. As far as therapies, that we won't be able to usually accommodate with walk-ins because those take a lot more time and attention, and we're starting to get much busier with new marketing that I've implemented and things that we're doing. And one of those things that we're doing, and this is quite incredible, that was wildly popular at my last clinic, was a free initial appointment. No strings attached, no obligations, all right? If you send somebody and refer somebody into our clinic, you can let them know, go see my chiropractor, he'll check you out for absolutely free, all right? As a practitioner, it's my goal for everybody that comes into the clinic, whether they decide to get care there or not, to have an answer on what their problem is. So if you leave my clinic, you will know to a T what is wrong with you, all right? No salesy, no gimmicks, no BS, straight to the point, here's the problem, Here's the recommendation. You have the choice to do it or not. You're the boss, all right? But everybody that leaves the clinic, and I'm happy to take 10 minutes of my time to do that for anybody that walks in, whether they get care there or not, all right? So that's one thing I wanted to announce. Now, the catch to that is we can't bill your insurance for that. That's not for Medicare or Medicaid or stuff like that, all right? But if somebody needs to come in, they've got something going on that I guarantee we can help them with, you send them in, and I or one of the doctors will look at them for no charge. No strings attached, no obligation, no sales. I will sit down with them and show them what their problem is, and then they can make the decision from there, okay? So I'm very excited to announce that. All right, we got a couple notes here. And lastly, some of the things I specialize in, because every chiropractor kind of has their specialty, you know, and then things like, well, what does Dr. Warren do? What does this doctor do? And how does he practice? One thing that I'm really good at and really confident in getting well and helping people heal from is disc injuries. I had an 18 millimeter, and 8 millimeters are small, but in the sense of a disc, that's really big. An 18 millimeter tear in my L5S1 disc when I was in chiropractic school. It was the most excruciating thing I've ever been through. I have snapped bones in half. I have dislocated joints. I have torn rotator cuffs. I have been punched in the face in boxing and been armbarred in jiu-jitsu, and none of those had anything on this. And I'm grateful that happened because it made me a better chiropractor and it made me have the ability to help people with those things. So if you have a disc issue in the low back, a disc issue in the neck, I'm the guy to call. Our clinic is the place to come to, and those types of cases, I can help keep you out of surgery if it's not too far and too extreme, and the neurological deficits from that are not too bad. All right, that's kind of my bread and butter. That's the thing I'm really, really good at. I'm a really good chiropractor, but disc things is what I specialize in. I will get you better faster than anybody. I will get you better more efficiently than anybody, and I will get you better less expensively for that level of care than anybody in Northwest Arkansas. I absolutely guarantee that. All right, so you can hold me to that. All right, cost-wise, our price per visit, if you're just a walk-in or just a drop-in person here or there, that's gone up a little bit. Okay, $6, but you can thank the government for that, not Dr. Warren. All right, with inflation and everything, they were just way behind the average of what it needed to be. So really it should be 65, 68, but I didn't want to increase it too much on patients. So I hope you understand that. That's a business thing. That's not some new owner just wants to make a bunch of money and easily or something like that. It's just we have a tough time, with where we're at. So $6, it's a little $6 more. We do offer discounts for certain situations, depending on different things. The last thing that you may know that we're implementing or haven't seen is wellness memberships. Very, very inexpensive. There was a different type of system that was in, and it's no contract. You can cancel whenever you want. You get a certain number of visits per month, and you can use those whenever you want. If you go on the weekly one, you get 4 a month, which equivalates to 1 week, but you could use 4 in a week. You could use 2 in 1 week, and then 1 week, and then 1 in 1. You can use them however you want. They're your visits. The other thing is you can share those with anybody. That's also wildly popular and successful in my last clinic is those visits, you pay for them. I don't care who uses them, okay? And so we have the ability then for families to be able to afford care. They're wildly inexpensive, and the value is extremely high. And we have those unprinted out sheets that you can take with you so you can request that, all right? My door is always open. A lot of you know right where my office is on the corner where I'm handling behind-the-scenes stuff. Which reminds me, we're getting brand new tables. These tables that they've had have worked great for the years, but the tables that I'm bringing in are going to be much easier for the doctors and much better results. You'll see. They're air compressed. You guys will absolutely love them. All right, but my office is always open. I leave my door open 90% of the time unless I'm on a call with a client. Pop in there and introduce yourself. I would love to meet everybody that walks in. I've tried to meet as many people as possible. Even if I'm busy in the middle of something, just pop in and introduce yourself, okay? No strangers here or anything like that. My door is always open, all right? The last thing is, it just popped into my head. I didn't write it down to talk about, but I do want to address is hours. Yes, our hours have changed. And the toss-up was being off on Fridays or having the little break in the day. that little break in the day isn't for me and Dr. Chastain and Dr. Dillon to go play golf, all right? As a clinic like this scales and gets busier, oh, which, by the way, let me pause real quick. Oh, if you can't tell, I have severe ADD, so I'm all over the place. As a clinic gets busier, you have to have a break in the day so the doctors can catch up from all the patients they've seen, doing notes, catching up, so on and so forth. So that time that we're closed in that little break, we are diligently working behind the scenes and then grabbing a quick lunch. So it's not just for us to have fun and go out and hang out. It's a time for work as we get busier. That's just how it works. All right. We're still open earlier than I have at my last clinic, and we're open later. So we will accommodate anybody. If you can't make it in that time, I will make something work. So don't worry about that. But there have been quite a few stragglers that still show up in that closed time, and nobody's been rude or anything, but I know it's frustrating when you show up and it's closed. We've sent out all sorts of stuff. It's changed on Google. It's changed on Facebook. It's changed. The hours are updated everywhere. So if you forget what the new hours are, they're very easy to remember, but just quick Facebook check, quick Google check, and that'll save you a trip over from getting there and the door being locked. I hate that. I hate somebody coming to my business and they want to come in and see me, but the door's locked. Now, most of you that's happened to, I've just unlocked the door and brought you in. I was up painting the building one Saturday and somebody drove up and they're like, oh, I didn't realize you were closed. I said, doesn't matter. Get your butt in here. I'll take care of you. So I'll work with anybody. So don't worry about that. But the hours have changed for our doctor's sake and for them to have time, because they're about to each get about double to triple, the caseload that they currently have. And I share this with you, by the way, because I've always treated my clinic as family. Very cliche to say, everybody says that, but that's how I roll and that's how I do things, is that we're all one big family here. When you come into the office, you feel important there and valued. And so that's why I kind of keep my patient base up to date with what's going on, and how things work. Just haven't really done that yet. Like I said, this video is well overdue, but I haven't done that yet because I've been behind the scenes getting the construction, remodel, permits, this is in surveys and blah, 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 all this stuff. I just like taking care of people. I hate doing all that stuff, but it just has to be done, unfortunately. All right. I will tag my email below in this. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, statements, anything you would like to share with me or get in touch with me, my email is always open. All right. I do receive about 50 to 100 emails a day. May not get to it right then, but I will get back to you. All right. So you email me with whatever you need, whenever you need it, all right? I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody being so understanding with the changes. Most of you are excited about it and have complimented on how well the office is starting to look, but it's nothing compared to where it's going. It's going to be incredibly beautiful. You'll walk in there and you'll go, oh, I just love this place. I love coming here because it's so beautiful and it's relaxing, and I just feel great when I come here. That's the type of clinic that we want to have in Fayetteville. So thanks, everybody, for everything. My door's open. Would love to meet all of you. Thanks for your understanding. Also, I will end with this. There's a chiropractor in I would say this all the time in my last clinic. There's a chiropractor in every corner. Okay, every corner. We have a very, very high ratio of chiropractors to people in Northwest Arkansas. You can choose to go to any of them, and so I greatly appreciate when somebody chooses to come to my clinic, not because they have to, but because they want to, because we do a good job. That means everything to me, as well as your referrals. So thanks for everything. We're going to get everybody taken care of. We're going to get everybody great and even better results, and just continue on the path of excellence.